Let's take a look at pipelines and flag pipelines with Harness feature flags. Now, if you're familiar with pipelines in the CI/CD context, you already know that a pipeline is a way that you can build an automation or a sequence of events to run end to end. And with feature flags, it's no different, except the final stage of a feature flag pipeline is a flag changing rather than a deployment. So if we take a look over here at a pipeline in Harness, you'll see you can build robust pipelines or you can build very simple pipelines. And we'll talk about the reason to do each. If you look at this slightly larger pipeline, you can do something like create a Jira ticket and then go kick off a flag change. You can have an approval. Maybe that's a Jira approval, a ServiceNow approval, or a Harness approval. And then you can go into a flag change that 10% of the flag comes on. There's an approval, and then it goes 70, 90, and a full rollout. In between these, you can actually add any other steps you want. Maybe you want notifications. Maybe you're monitoring for specific metrics. Maybe you want to add a custom script step so that you can provision something every time the flag changes, like if a new feature requires a database migration of some kind. So you'll see there's a complete list of actions here that you can associate with any flag pipeline. And this way, instead of just going into the UI to toggle the flag on or off, like you might do typically over here, you can have an entire release strategy and business process modeled out so that your organization can define what looks good to you in terms of your release management strategies. Now that's a pipeline in the context of feature flags, but Harness also has this concept of a flag pipeline. So a flag pipeline is a pipeline you want to run every single time a flag changes. So maybe this pipeline, we've got a specific major feature launch. We want to make sure everything is monitored and coordinated. We want to ramp it up slowly. This is not a pipeline I might use every single day for changes in my lower environments or for adding individual beta users to my flags. So that's actually where flag pipelines comes in. Flag pipelines lets you take a simpler pipeline, associate it to a feature flag on Harness. Like here, we've got a simple pipeline that only has a single approval and then a flag change. And then every time this flag changes, whether it changes via our Git sync, somebody updates the YAML file, whether it changes via API, or whether it changes right here in the UI where somebody updates targeting or changes the default rules, that will kick this pipeline off automatically every time, enforcing that your governance, whether that's approvals or notifications to Teams or Slack or Webhook or somewhere else, making sure that governance happens every time the flag changes in this environment. So that's pipelines and flag pipelines with Harness feature flags.